Good morning, Brenda, Johnny. Morning, Brenda, Johnny. There's Lance.
I'm getting all set up here, pulling that way.
How's everybody doing today? It just stopped snowing here. So everything's white again. It snowed overnight.
Hold on.
As you can see, it snowed.
At a minimum.
Can you hear me now, Paul?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Let me turn that down. Gosh. Yeah, I was having a hard time connecting to my car. I don't know why. Are you a football fan at all?
A little bit. Why?
Well, so our best receiver, DK Metcalf, is requested a trade here in Seattle. And there's been like 10 teams jump on it. And he requested yesterday, and they just listed like 10 teams this morning that are all, we'll give you our first round draft pick and, so, there's a ton of interest.
Wow.
And he's one of the best receivers in the league when he's on, but he's such a hothead. And he gets so many stupid penalties for fighting and,
pushing after the whistle and stuff like that.
Yeah. But talented commodity. And of course, the Oakland Raiders are one of the teams, with Pete Carroll, our former coach.
Yep.
But at any rate, it's like, we don't really want to lose him. But if we could get a really high draft pick, first rounder, like New England is interested, and they're like picking third or fourth. I don't know exactly where, but it's like, that would be worth it. I don't know what they're offering, however, but I know Green Bay offered their first and a couple good, or at least one good, decent receiver, one of their better receivers. And, but Green Bay doesn't pick till 22nd. So that, that's not going to get us a quarterback. Our quarterback sucks.
Green Bay sucks.
I wish Green Bay sucked, but that Love dude is a decent player. I'd love to have Love.
Well, you're married. You should have Love.
Yeah, I would love to have Love.
3 times I meant to call you yesterday, and I got busy. So sorry.
Oh, okay. And now I forgot what else. I wanted. So we'll.
Hello, Brenda.
We'll walk through the Neo when we get.
Morning, everyone.
Okay.
Good morning, Ed.
You got a hammer?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering what size nails I could use.
All you need is a hammer. Just hit it. Just hit it sideways. Smash it better.
Yeah, I heard a voice that I didn't recognize.
Ed.
Ed.
Hi, Ed. I don't know that I've ever heard you before. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, Joel.
Morning.
So how are you doing today, Ed?
Doing very good, thanks. And you?
It snowed overnight again, so I guess it's all right.
Well, you guys can have it. We have enough.
The easy remedy there for that, if you don't like the snow, move. You know, sell it all and move. Or be a snowbird.
So we have enough. We don't need no more.
Joe, do you ever fly your Neo inside?
Me,
Yeah.
I did the other day. I put
Okay.
it up with the sticks with the RC2,
Mm-hmm.
and I said you're not gonna defeat me. You're gonna fly inside. And I put it up, and I had no satellites, and it took off. And about every 5 seconds, it was telling me it was in attitude mode and tried to do what it wanted to do. And
Yeah.
it was like breaking a bronc. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I finally got it to where it kept doing it, but it wouldn't take off from me. So I was able to control it. So
Okay.
I flew actually a whole battery around it in.
Okay.
There's what I woke up to right there.
Whoa.
Well, Paul, you sound surprised. You live in Michigan. You know, you're
Well, yeah, but
surprised.
you never can predict when it's going to end,
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you sound like you're surprised you woke up to snow and you live in Michigan. You know? You'd be surprised if you woke up and there wasn't any snow in the winter. It's like
Did the
we'd be surprised if we don't have a hurricane come close to us every year.
did the parades go on as scheduled on Tuesday with all the weather?
Well, they went somewhat on a schedule. They took all the bands and group out of all the parades, just did the floats, started one of them at 6:30 in the morning, started one at 9:15, 9 o'clock in the morning, 9:30 actually. And they cut the routes so drastic where they didn't even parade. Oh, everybody goes past Gallia Hall, Mardi Gras Day.
Right?
Only Zulu
Okay.
did Rex cut down the street earlier, and they got everybody off the street by noon. Because by noon the winds were 50 miles an hour. But I went. I went. I got out there at about 5 in the morning, and I was home at noon.
But the real question is, did you send it?
No, the TFR.
TFR, SMEFR. TJ doesn't even know what that means.
Let's put it to you this way. I was standing on the corner where they had a big military-like unit with 3 Homeland Security standing on the top with M16s. I wasn't sending nothing. I've never seen, the only time I've ever seen a military presence like that in New Orleans is right after Katrina. But we had National Guard in town. It was a level tier 1 event. So they brought military in, they brought Homeland Security in, everything. And it looked it too. Very seldom you'll see the police need any help for Mardi Gras. But I mean, they had this big armored vehicle with the porthole in the top, and they're walking around with M16s. They got the 16s on or ARs on, so they were loaded up.
What?
But it was cool. It was easy shoot. Got home. Last night, that baseball game I shot, freaking 45 degrees. By the time I left there, it got down to 45.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I wasn't ready for that.
Speak.
We started practice on Monday. You have to have 10 practices in before the kids can play games. So we won't get any games till late next week.
Yeah, I haven't seen the pictures I put up yet. He hasn't put them up yet. But but it was a good. I stayed the whole game because it was a 2-run game, and it anybody could have won that game. That's how I wanted to be there just in case. And we covered both teams, so I wanted to make sure I had the good pictures. It was a 2-0 game at the end, and I got the 2 runs going across the plate. One of them was a slide in with the ball on the other side, so I got that shot. I got the first tag of the game at second base, and the people sitting next to me, it was their son. They want to buy the picture, and so they're gonna contact me. And the one of the first pictures I took, there was a man on first, and it was just a little tap shot, like it would have been. It was between the pitcher and the and home plate. It was just a little blooper, like a little bitty arc pitch. I mean hit, and I got the pitcher completely laying out with one knee on the ground and reaching out with the ball, just getting to his glove. And that was all accidental. I just happened to be looking at first base, and when he did it, I backed it up and shot it. Let me find it. I'll show you. I mean, this was a lucky shot. You know what I mean? You get a lucky shot every once in a while. Let me find it.
Was it a professional baseball or just high school, Joe?
High school.
Oh, high school. Okay.
Put it. Gotta find it. Yeah, that's that one. That's that one. I don't know what's that. I sent it to him last night. I don't know where it went. Hold on, I'll find it.
Brenda,
So you do pictures for everything then, like all sports, like you do weddings too, or no?
Well, I've done weddings in the past. I don't want to do them anymore. You know, the brides, ever since that movie, that show came on, Bridezilla, they started acting that way.
Oh,
Joe is a very famous photographer for high school sports.
nice.
Yeah, don't say that. I'm just a guy with a camera.
They keep him busy almost 52 weeks a year.
I'm just a guy with a camera, Paul.
Yeah, right. That's why you've been published in so many different magazines.
He's one of the best down the States.
Right place at the right time.
Right. He tries to soft pedal his experience, but he really is a famous photographer from that area down south.
I put this in a folder. I had to go in and work on this picture a little bit.
Yes, Brenda, I did. I got the Canadian Coast Guard cutter this morning. I haven't edited it yet, but I did get it.
Me too. I went flying yesterday for 5 minutes. I went to try my new blades that I put on my Mini 3 Pro.
How you like the Mini 3 Pro?
Very good, very good.
Joe
Like it a lot.
Joe recommends to everybody the Neo.
You lying again, Paul?
No.
I got a buddy of mine that had one, and he was flying off his balcony, and somehow it disappeared into the trees. We couldn't find it.
Is that a Neo?
Neo, yeah, the small ones, yeah.
Ah, what I tell you. Piece of
You know
trash.
what I like about the Mavic 3 Pro? I like that it turns the camera vertical. Although I hardly ever use it that way, but at least you have the option to get a full frame shot, and it doesn't push in like the Mini 4 or any of the other newer drones that now shoot in vertical. They say that the Mavic 4 is gonna tilt, I think. So, which is gonna be good. So you don't lose
Yeah.
any pixels.
Here's that picture that I took. And we don't know if we're going to use it or not.
Oh, that's a good
Because
picture.
Where's his
It's just
baseball
a-
hat?
baseball's right here. His hat's back here, looking up. But it's just a little bit
Oh,
out of
it's
focus.
flipping off flipping off the lid, right?
Yeah, it's just a little bit out of focus, but it's not going to be that big. You know, it's going to be about this size.
Yeah.
So there's a possibility we can use it in the paper. You see the hat, but he's out there diving for the ball. The ball's right here.
New Orleans
So-
still has printed paper.
As who?
Do you still, in other words, like he wants to know if they still have regular newspapers?
Oh yeah, yeah they do. And we could probably get away with it in the newspaper, based on the fact that the newspaper always loses a little focus. But I put it in there and worked on it and sent it to him second, and I said check it out and make the decision because he wants to use it. It's just one of those shots that they want to use, you know.
Yep.
But the ones I know they're going to use, I know they're going to use this one right here. That's a tag at second base. We know they're going to use that one. We know they're going to use the pitcher. Well, we're probably going to use this one for the pitcher, though. I got this one at first base. It's almost a tag. And then we know we're going to use that one. That's a play at the plate. Man, it depends on how many they use. They may go with that one, too. That's somebody going into seconds. But it's hard as hell when you're on the right side of somebody and there's a left-handed pitcher. You got to get it just right. And I waited for him to get the ball in the back to hit it. So he had him last night, but they haven't posted the article yet. The article goes on probably today, so I'll wait to see. Yeah, I got to bring my dog to the vet at 2:30 today. For his something going on. He's not fooling with him as much, but I think he's got pink eye. But the first thing he did this morning when he woke up was lick his paws and wipe his eyes. And they're kind of puffy and they kind of watery. So that's why I'm thinking it's just allergies. But it could be pink eye too, because it looks that way. No, Mark.
Hi, Joe, Paul, Lance.
Hey, Mark.
Oh, Mark.
Steve Trevor's being greedy using both his channels.
Okay, not a lot of wind. Overcast. I may go fly a ship getting wheat put in the hull. Let's see.
Johnny and I were supposed to go flying in Mississippi today. We go up to Red Bluff, where the little Grand Canyon's at.
Yeah,
But like I can't. We said maybe tomorrow. We'll try to shoot for tomorrow. But I got a game tomorrow night at 6:30. I got another baseball tomorrow night.
How long a
Vanderbilt.
drive is that?
But Red Bluff about an hour and 20 minutes. It's about 90 miles. It's up in the mountains. It was when the mountains just starting, you know. So you get up there and you go to this road that is caved in on one area, and they got a place you can go up and park. They let you get to a certain area, and then you walk about 20 feet, and then it's just like a Grand Canyon. And it goes for I'd say about 350 acres. And it's just looking down where the mountainside is eating away.
Yeah.
Yeah, the river, the Pearl River, is a little bit north of it. And what happens is when the spring started flooding, coming in, started eating away at the underneath, and everything started dropping. So they've closed it all off and they built a new highway a little bit more to the south. But it's all connecting, because every time it floods in springtime, when all the snow starts melting and coming down, it starts eating away at that and still making more. They say it looks cool when the water's all the way up in there, because then you're looking down and there's water at the bottom. So we're trying to put it together where maybe you might get. I need to find out if there's any flooding up there now, because that'd be cool. Because I went up there and shot it when it was just dry. But I'd like to see the water in the bottom of it.
Okay. See if anyone's parked in my spot.
And I want to do the Avata 2, and fly down in there with it, do like a dive. Think that'll look cool. Make sure it's the Avata 2, so if I lose it, it's insured through State Farm, you know?
Yep. It's back.
Well,
It's nice and
16
sunny.
seniors, they had 12 orders last night. So 4 of them are gonna have to pay $80 a piece. I don't have a clue why. My thing rebooted again overnight, my computer. I'm gonna have to turn that shit off and find out what it is before they just upgrade on me all the time.
What's your plans for today, Mr. Mark?
Me, nice lazy day doing nothing, just like normal.
And for. I wanted to go fly my Mini 3 Pro, but it's too cold. I'd like to see how far I can go with those new blades, but it's too cold to do it.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Yeah, I ordered those master blades. They're very quiet. I went to try it yesterday. They're very nice and quiet.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Mini 3's not bad anyway, because you normally can't hear it once it gets more than about 50 feet away from you.
Well, I like it. It's a big change from the Holy Stone anyway.
Mm-hmm.
All makes sense.
And Jim, JD,
Hello, Jim.
Jim, what's up? JD. Trevor's there too.
yeah,
Trevor snuck in the back door.
Trevor's said hello in both of his channel names.
I was about to get mad here. I couldn't get into my NAS unit. It was telling me failed to connect. Did not have permission to log in. I logged out, logged back in, and it worked. Technology, what a wonderful thing. I'm telling you, technology sucks sometimes.
You were ready to throw the remote at it, eh?
No, I was about to get pissed, but I said, well, let me reboot it. I rebooted it because, well, I said, like my old computer rebooted overnight.
Noisy
Came in,
bugger.
I had to log in everything. They did that thing on my phone the other day. My phone did an update. I went to Taco Bell last night, almost couldn't sign in the app to get my points.
Well, Mr. Paul must be feeding his little friends.
What's Paul doing? Shoveling snow?
No, I think he went to feed his little friends.
No, he's been looking back and forth at the snow out front, saying this is what happened overnight. Like he's getting impatient, so he's probably out there shoveling snow. He gets impatient.
Yeah, Trevor, Dominic was telling us that that cyclone's going to hit.
Seems like he enjoys being an agitator, so maybe he likes the DK.
It's up where Matt and Tim are.
Okay, I'm back.
So where you been?
I'll tell you as long as you don't tell Brenda, she'll get mad at me.
What were you doing?
I was out shoveling snow just like this. I shoveled the sidewalk and the
I
driveway.
win my bet.
You were right.
I
Again.
tell you,
No
I
coat,
tell you,
no
he
gloves,
gets
no
nervous, so
nothing.
you got to go out and do that.
Just like this, no hat. Don't tell Brenda.
He gets nervous, so he's got to go do something.
Yep, exactly.
I just flew a shift at the grain elevator place.
You did?
I did. So I was gone as long as you were, probably. I only flew for about 10 minutes.
What was that? What you flew?
Flew the Mavic 3 and the Neo
And
Oh,
the
the Neo.
Neo.
side by
The
side.
only reason he flew the Neo in less than 10 minutes is probably in the water.
No, I flew the Mavic 3. In fact, when I took off, it was still kind of dark, but I had a street light over me, and the auxiliary light didn't turn on. You know, on the bottom. When you
Really?
take off. I thought that's odd. And so when
Yeah,
I
that is
landed, I
odd.
checked to see if it was turned on, and it was. And then so I took off again, and now it's kind of light. I don't know, but it always turns on, doesn't it? Even if it is light, or am I wrong?
No.
Usually when you
It's
come to
got to
land,
be. It doesn't turn on all the time.
Okay,
Well, you probably had enough light from the street light for it not to bother.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. Probably had enough street light. But anyway,
What it did is it looked around and saw where you were flying at and said, "Oh hell no, I'm not going to let the hoods know out there."
there were
Because I want
about
nobody to see
1,000
me.
birds. There were about 1,000 birds, and I thought they were going to attack. They were, you know how they fly in a
formation.
cluster.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh crap, and I'm 500 feet over, out in the water. Like it's a goner if it gets hit. So I hustled it home. I saw 3 or 4 seagulls diving at my bird when I was flying. I could see them checking it out. Furious.
You sure
wonder
was
how
not
many-
another drone?
I wonder how many. I wonder how many other drones some of those seagulls that saw mine have ever seen. Probably none. Would be my guess.
Lance, you didn't see no Karens out there?
No. I go at the very end of this one park, and there are a couple cars at the entrance of the park, but I go to the very far end where I'm just outside the park, and I park at the last 2 stalls, which is outside the park, and usually it's where I usually get there and there's a car in there and the guy's waiting for his girlfriend to hook up or something. Usually the case, but no one was there this time, so it's good. That seems to be the place that everyone hooks up right there. It's kind of a shady area. If they see me flying my drone, they usually take off. They don't want their license plate. I don't know. Or their face. Even though I don't point the drone at the cars, I usually point it at the water. Oh, that's right. You just had that. I cannot believe it's March, fellas.
Yeah, well, it's March the 5th. Actually, it's March the 6th.
The 6th today. Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
I need
Time
to,
is just flying by.
I need to click another day off on my calendar.
That one girl that's been telling me, I'm gonna send you the Venmo for the picture and all this stuff, and I never did order last night. I know she's got a job. I know she's got a job, so I know probably she's probably not thinking about it when she gets home. So I told her, I said, I was nice enough to put it in the order so you don't have to pay the $80. I said, so make sure you Venmo me the 65. I said, now you owe me not only a Happy Meal, but Wendy's too.
We don't ask for much.
I want Wendy's too. No, she told me, let me get your Venmo, I'll send you the payment. And she's been doing this, and she's good for it. I know she's good for it. Stop. But I had 4 that are questionable that didn't order. So I'm not gonna order theirs. If they want to all get together in order, I'll give it to them for 65. That way I don't lose, but the 15 one time. I could deal with that, you know. But they charge, if you put 1 poster in, they charge $15. If you put 10 posters in, they charge $15. They used to give you a breakdown. If you ordered 1 poster, it was a certain price. You ordered 10 posters, it went down in price.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
What do you get in a package, Joe, if you don't mind me asking?
They say, what was it?
What do you get in a package for the 65?
Well, all they get is it's a 24 by 36 vinyl poster that they hang on the fence of their senior picture.
Oh, okay.
And I charge them $65 for it. It cost me like $25. But I got to eat the shipping on the first one, which isn't much because if it's 15 of them, I lose $1 a piece, you know. So, but I'm gonna make money on that one because they get in the product, and everybody else in the city charges them $100.
Yes, it is.
You know, so I'm nice. So I'm nice, you know, that I don't kill them because I make money on them other ways.
You screw them other ways, huh?
Well, I didn't say that. I make money other ways.
You know what I hate is like I like I usually send my stuff off to MPEX, and
Right.
they charge me like $4 for one. You know, it doesn't matter what size, you know, picture it is, but $4
Right.
shipping. But if I order 1, it's $4. If I order 15, it's $4. It's like
Oh no.
I want to build up what I want to print before I, send 1 or 2 out, and the 4x6 cost me 50 cents plus $4 for shipping. It's like, no.
Well, Lance, just send it to Joe. It's free.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, the thing is, I tell the parents, no. I tell the parents in football, order your season packages. Stop. No, order the season package with me for $250 and get your digital shots and do what you want to do with them. But I say, because you can get prints made yourself. And most of them want little prints anyway. Bring them to Walmart. Pay 32 cents for buy your package, go to Walmart, get your 5x7s or whatever you're gonna get for $1 instead of getting from me for $7 or $8, $10 for me. Because if they buy the package, they can print them. Now, if they want me to print them, think they're gonna get a better picture. If they buy the package with me, if a 5x7 is $10, I'll charge them $5. I'll give them 50% off. It only cost me 80 cents. So I'll make the other 420 on them. And I get parents that do that. Like that one I told you about. I'm up to almost $4,000 this year with him. And he's got a $700 order sitting there. He's waiting to pay me. And he don't want to fool with the prince. He wants me to do them because he says, I don't want to go deal with him. And he's got businesses, so he don't care. Every once in a while, you get one like that wants the pictures for the kids, the last kid in school, and they want the pictures and they don't want to deal with them. They'd rather me just send them to them, That's nice. I've had 2 of them now in the last couple of years. If I would have taken all that money, I could have bought a car. It would have been a good down payment on a house. But my break's over, Paul. I got a schedule between now and the 23rd. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things.
Really?
Yeah, between now and 23rd, 8 things. The 7th and the 8th. The 7th. What's today? The 6th, right?
Yep.
Yeah. 7th and the 8th, I got stuff. The 9th, I got stuff. The 15th, 16th, 17th. And somewhere in between them, I have something else. And the 22nd, 23rd, I'm gonna have something. And I'm gonna have like I said, somewhere in there I got something else. So I'll be working a little bit.
Yeah. It looks like your calendar is pretty much filled up a little bit.
And my notepad, I don't have a calendar.
Oh.
I've got a calendar. I used to put all my stuff on the calendar. I don't do it anymore. I just write a notepad out, leave it right here. And I usually don't forget what I have. Because I'm if it's stuff on a schedule, I use their schedule. But this is like all arbitrary right now. Because they also rearranged some parades. Like the 15th, they have the same. I was talking to my editor last night. He's in the St. Patrick Parade in New Orleans on the 15th. And that's a great parade to go. I love going to that one. It's St. Patrick's, and what they do is they throw the beads and all the normal stuff out, but they also throw cabbages and everything else, potatoes and food off the floats. So we go out there and we catch a couple of cabbages and some stuff, come home and make you a cabbage stew and stuff, So my kids go out, and we used to bring an ice chest, and we'd fill ice chests up with we have so much we stop and give it to other relatives. And then Sunday, they have the St. Patrick's Parade in Metairie on Old Metairie Road, which is beautiful. And then everything that canceled Mardi Gras Day is going to go in behind them. They're going to parade. I don't know if they're going to do the Mardi Gras first and then St. Patrick, but they're going to put them back to back.
Back to back.
So you're going to have 2 parades and about 300 truck floats. So I'll be out there for that one. And then I got 2 banquets next week with basketball. And then the 22nd, what was the 22nd? The 22nd or the 20th, it might just be one of those days. The 23rd is the Irish American Parade out in Metairie, and I got to shoot a couple of groups in that. So it's going to be, like I told you, I've got about 1, 2, 3, 5 more parades to do before the end of March.
Wow.
And then it calms down a little bit.
So April's not a big month for you?
April's softball playoffs and baseball, and it's just depending on how they who's playing who in the standings, how we do it.
Well, you're going to get spring break in Easter in April.
Yeah, you got the break there, and sometimes they did it last year. They had a little get together with football, spring football.
Can you tell?
They got together before the end of school and they did a little spring football game. So we're gonna have a football game somewhere. No, eat your dish. Eat the food in your dish. We had a spring football game too, so I got that in April sometime. So we got a few things before the end of the year. Usually when the spring football game's over, everything else is over, and then I get about a month and a half break.
Well, isn't there track in May?
I don't do track.
Oh, okay.
I don't do track. Now, if he needs me, I'll do it, you know. But track, you're sitting out there for 4 or 5 hours on my seat. That's what I'm doing, sitting there. And I'm waiting to look for whoever and getting, like, if I'm shooting for North Shore, I got to shoot for North Shore. He wants to cover certain people. I got to wait for them to come up to their track meet. And then I isolate them just a shot. We're running on the track.
Right.
I used to shoot track from us. Let me tell you what happened. Justin used to throw the shot, so he was out there, and we were at City Park, one of the Ted Gormley Stadium, beautiful stadium in City Park, all kind of history in the stadium, and he's getting ready to throw the shot. Right, I'm standing far enough away from him where I could get him facing me, and he could no way he could hit me with it. But I want to get him throwing it and all that. I'm just going to do a burst to get him spinning and everything and just take the best shots. So I'm sitting there, and a woman walks up that I worked with, paramedic, and we get to talking. Me and Debbie are talking, and her daughter's running for Ursuline, and she's getting ready to run the race. So I'm watching Justin, and he's way back in line, and I'm sitting there, and I start shooting the daughter and everything. I turn around, and Justin's standing next to him. I said, "What?" He goes, "I'm finished." I said, "Oh, shit." I didn't take any of his pictures. I didn't take a single picture of him.
Wow.
I looked at him. I said, "I am sorry. I did not shoot your picture." He goes, "Oh, wow, thank you, you know." But he was in it the next day. The next day I went and sat there and made sure I got it. It was a 2-day thing.
Hanging with JD says, no, track is not sexy enough for Joe.
No, it's high school girls. Remember that. High school girls. You can't think of that word.
Yeah, but you know,
Now-
the sad part is there's probably some high school girls that could teach you a free
I don't want them to.
do things.
There's no-
I know you don't want to learn it,
I don't
but
want them to.
you know, they're not as naive as what we used to think they were.
Oh, they weren't naive when I was in school. When I was in high school, then they could teach me what they wanted. But you see, the same thing in college, or some of the outfits they wear, Lord help me.
Get all your papers and everything ready.
Lance, how does your students dress? Do they dress appropriately or sometimes questionably?
All ready to go.
Oh, he's mute.
You're on mute,
But
Lance.
sometimes,
Okay.
There you
you know, some are questionable sometimes. Some of them are fine, you know, it
Okay.
kind of depends.
But over the years of teaching, have you seen a change?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. But even when I started, you know, you would get a kid that we would think was questionable back in the 80s, right? You know, that's probably tame in 2025.
Yeah.
You know, it was like we couldn't believe they would dress that way. And as
You
a
got a point.
male, you hate to say anything, you know. So I usually go to the gal across the hall, the teacher across the hall, and say, okay, you know, I'm thinking this is little inappropriate. Can you say something? And she usually does for me, because coming
Well,
from a
it probably goes better if she were to say something to the student rather than you.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's why, like I said, when Hannah I take the pictures for basketball, and Hannah would say, "Mr. Joe, am I pretty? Y'all are all beautiful." That was out of the first thing. Y'all all are beautiful, all of y'all. And I would not isolate.
Yeah, I don't want to show you guys this whole video, but I'm gonna show you where the birds are starting to come after me.
Yeah. And Paul, they do have a volleyball teacher that when I met her the first time, I said, "Where you come from? You hot. You too hot to be here. God darn it."
Oh, there you go. That's good. That's a good.
Oh, that's a cool picture.
So
Oh, I
you'll
love
see some
that.
birds right up here, really close to my drone in a second. But this is about how light it was. Here's the high school that you guys have seen me shoot right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
The castle. That's the high school that sits on the bluff. That's our rival high school. Okay, here come the birds. So they're going to come right in here in a second. And they kind of hover and then come back toward me. Here they are. And they come back toward me. And this guy comes, so they're kind of checking me out.
Oh,
And I think I am hightailing it out here. See all these birds up here? Where I'm moving my mouse. And
That's a
right
lot of
here.
birds. Yeah, that can cause a bird strike quick.
And there's that bridge.
That does really good shots in low light, though.
Yeah, it does.
Was that night mode?
No, it wasn't night mode. Anyway, there it is. A couple birds got close to me.
Well, last night I'm sitting down on at the baseball field, and I thought we were being invaded by the Canadian Air Force.
That's pretty good. That's funny.
Yeah, TJ, last night when I was doing the baseball games, I thought we were being invaded by the Canadian Air Force. I looked up and there were about 14 geese.
Oh, shit.
they were ready to go get Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Good morning, TJ.
Hey guys, I'll be back in a little bit.
Ed says hi to you, TJ.
You want to watch it with his Canadian geese? Trump will be putting a 25% tariff on them.
So what's everybody up to today?
Just the usual.
Yeah. How's your dog doing?
He's doing good.
Yeah.
Really good. He's been a good boy.
Nice. So you had a bunch of geese following you there, Joe?
Well, no, they were just flying over the field.
Oh.
But there was about 14 of them, and the guy sitting next to me, we looked up and said, "That might be the Canadian Air Force mad at us."
Wow.
And he started. He was laughing. He said, "You beat me to that." I wish he'd hurry up and do these pictures. Process. I don't know what time he's got this thing to come out. I want to see what pictures he used.
Yeah.
Usually I don't care.
I was gonna try to go out. I was gonna go out flying, and then it warmed up now. But earlier when I stepped out, I was like, "Holy shit, it's cold out here."
That's not cold, TJ. That's just not as warm.
Yeah, it was just the wind blowing, but now it's kind of warmed up a little bit. It says 64, I guess, which
Oh,
isn't too bad.
That's not cold.
It
It's
is to
-10
TJ.
here.
Yeah. I mean,
What
it's really, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I had to go make me another cup of coffee because mine was pretty good this morning.
Was that pretty good?
It's pretty
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm out.
Oh gosh. So I was talking to a buddy of mine, and I was making the bed and whatnot, and you know how you have the fitted sheet, right?
Yeah.
So the fitted sheets like kind of tore up in the corners in the corner of the bed, which I don't know how that happened, but we were talking about like fitted sheets, and he was like, "Yeah, fitted sheets for life."
Hey, TJ, I got a fix for that. When you got a fitted sheet that won't stay underneath and everything, and you have a problem, just get you a staple gun.
Oh yeah, there you go. There you go.
No.
Or maybe put a couple of
No.
Bungee cords.
Yeah, bungee cords would work too. Yeah.
or like
Yeah,
like the sewing pins or whatever, like the pins that you use to
No.
like hold the whatever.
Well, I thought somebody used to sell like stretchy rubber with clamps on the end where you
Sell
put
that.
it underneath and grab the sheet.
No.
Yeah,
Oh, those are called bungee cords, right, Paul?
Yeah, but they're made for sheets.
It's
yeah,
Stop.
they're like
It's got the little
braces,
clips on them.
Yep,
Got the little clips on them like you used to use
Like-
for stockings. Like,
Yep.
like braces.
yeah. Yeah, we had in the Marine Corps, you have a blousing band that has the same thing. It's longer. And what it would do is you hook it to your shirt and wrap it around your leg and hook it to your sock, and it kept your shirt down. So it didn't untuck, and you could keep them nice and folded and everything looking good. And I took a set of those one time and cut them in half and changed the thing and made them to do the same thing. That they started selling them 4 years later, but I had them 4 years before they started selling them, the same type of thing on my beds. I should have patented them.
Yeah, you'd have been a rich man.
How was
Looks
that?
like looks like some more snow moved in.
I used to go sit at the bar with my daughter and my son were bartenders at Walk-Ons, and I'd go there a couple, 3 times a week, and I'd get a pitcher of beer, and I'd have them give it to me in glasses because I'd watch football games, so I might be there 5 hours, and then I'd get like the wings or something, so it cost me maybe $12, $13 total, and I never had to tip them because she owed me money. I just took it off of money she owed me. That's what I told her. I said, if you paid me, I'd give you a tip. If you don't pay me, I'm gonna take it off of your money you owe me. So she just laughed about it. She said, well, at least you're coming in. At least I'm paying it down some kind of way. So one of the girls came up to me, Dasha. She was one of the waitresses, and every time Dasha would walk up, I could be looking the other way and knew she was there because of the heat coming off her body. That's how I was something about her. I don't know what it was, but when she'd walk by, I'd feel like somebody blew hot air on me. You know, and she was standing next to me one day and she says, Mr. Joe, she goes, you're always in here. You must have a lot of money. I said, yeah, I'm filthy rich. And my daughter turned around and kind of looked at me. So I'm filthy rich. And she goes, well, what do you do? I said, well, I do photography now just to play around. I said, but I had an invention I made like $1 gazillion on. She goes, well, what was it? I said, a paperclip. And she goes, a paperclip? I said, yeah. I said, you ever seen one of those paper clips that have the little grooves in them, little lines in them, and they hold the paper better? I said, every time my paper clips were falling off, I made a little line in it and found out it held it better. So I got a patent on it, and I sold it to a couple of companies for like $1 gazillion.
Mhm.
She goes, really? I had her a hook, line, and sinker. She
That's
believed
awesome.
this. My daughter was on the other side. She couldn't even look at me. My daughter was trying not to laugh. And she says, "Cause you're always in here, and you like y'all. It's like money doesn't matter." I said, "Doesn't. I don't care about money." Like that. And this went on for about an hour. And everybody in the place was being told, all the other waitresses, "Man, he's like rich, this." And my daughter's just crying in the back, you know.
Wow.
And finally my daughter says, "You know how much he spends when he comes in here? It's like $12, like that." And I said, "Yeah." I said, "I can't believe I was able to hook you that easy."
Hey, you see what JD said? He said Joe invented the STD.
No. Never had one.
Yeah, probably did, Johnny. Probably did.
Nope.
Well, it was at the top, or maybe it started at the bottom, and I just kind of switched it around. I don't know.
You have enough bands on your wrist?
I think so. I got like 6 of them. I had 8, but 2 of them broke. They were beaded bracelets that I picked up in Jamaica when we went, and one of them had broke one day when I was at home or doing something, and then one broke at work. I was like, fuck. And they had that elastic bands and shit
Those
on
things
them.
break.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got wristbands. One of them says, "Wake up at 8:30 in the morning, make coffee." The other one says, "I want eggs and toast today."
That's right.
That's what they are.
That's funny.
Reminder bracelets. Now that might be another thing. Make reminder bracelets and sell them.
Yeah,
Like that.
you could sell them in packages of different reminders.
I've already packed. I got it. Nobody can steal. It's mine.
one with like be sure to take your pills, take your drink your juice or whatever.
We get some for Paul that say, "Stop feeding the squirrels."
Yeah, stop feeding the squirrels. Yeah.
Yeah, stop drinking Diet Pepsi.
My little squirrel buddies.
Quit eating those dang those donuts.
Boston cream.
The Boston creams.
That's my medication. I have to take that every day. Joe will tell you, I have to have Boston creams.
Yeah, you have to have them because we gotta get ready for Dukalax. That's what you gotta get ready for. So where's Boone?
Probably sleeping.
Just a minute. He's probably in the living room sleeping. Let me check.
Yeah, look at all them Pepsis he's got right there.
Wait till he turns the chair. You got about 2 more boxes on the other side.
I'm a little short. Usually there's another one there and there's another one on the floor. Time to reorder them.
Oh, he's running low.
That's 72 right there. I think there's 36 in there.
Yeah, he's laying on the couch in the living room. Oh, you're right though, Joe. Thanks for reminding me. I need to get another one.
Wow.
Yeah, Jim, you're right. I used to go to a place. This was back in the 90s, I think it was. Let me try to remember. Yeah, it was 89, 90.
Yeah, that's a pretty good price.
Yeah, I used to meet up with a guy, George, that we were in a band together at high school. And we go to a place called Phillips that did pizza on Monday night. And it was a $5 pizza. And we get a pitcher of beer and a $5 pizza. Then we'd leave there, walk 2 blocks, and go to another place, Waldo's, off a two-lane campus with all the two-lane co-eds in there. And they had hot wings of 5 pounds of hot wings for $5. So I'd get 5 pounds of hot wings and another beer and sit there and eat those, and then I'd get 5 pounds to go. But I'd eat 5 pounds of hot wings. And then I'd leave and go home. And then I'd sit there at nighttime, sitting in my bed, on the side of my bed, eating hot wings and feeding it to the dog.
Dude, I love wings and pizza, man. Pizza and wings is good. But it all just depends on where you get the wings and the pizza.
You're right, Johnny. Now they got a few wooden nickels in here, but Johnny said I'm rich because I know y'all. Yeah, but there's a few wooden nickels in the bunch.
Wooden nickels.
Yeah, they're not on right now. Like the ones like David and Laura. Laura's a wooden penny.
A wooden penny.
Okay, the Crew of August parade is going to roll in front of the St. Patrick parade. So the Mardi Gras parade is going to roll and then the St. Patrick's parade.
Don't forget to wear your green now on St. Patrick's Day.
I'm going to that parade. That parade is so beautiful. On that, it's an old Metairie, they call it, right? And it's all old houses and everything, and it's just a two-lane, one-way each way, the highway. And when the floats come on that thing, they bring the regular size floats. They take up the whole street, and it's just it makes them look so huge out there.
Did they throw, but like other than the beads, did they throw like the moon pies and shit off the boat too?
Well, Mardi Gras. I mean, St. Patrick's. They'll be throwing moon pies. They'll throw pasta, off the float. They'll throw macaroni and cheese off the float. The packs, like the crafts. They'll throw potatoes, carrots, onions, lemons, cabbage, everything off the float.
Everybody's holding their plates or their bowls up.
They just, because when you eat, like I said, I used to have an ice chest, a rolling ice chest we'd bring out there. And we'd fill it up with cabbage and potatoes and carrots, onions, all that stuff. We'd have it full.
Wow.
And we'd get home and I'd have 15 cabbages, and we'd walk around and give it to all the relatives. We stop and give it to relatives. But I used to wind up taking all the cabbage and we pre-boil them, and then after we pre-boil them, put them in the freezer, and then when they freeze, we vacuum seal them. So you had the pre-boiled cabbage, and you have 5 or 6 packs of it.
When you're out golfing, and they go to make a putt or whatever, why do they say this is for? I think I've heard this in a golfing term. It's like, this is for all the cabbage.
No, I haven't heard that one. All the money.
Paper money is referred to as cabbage.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, only TJ. We're talking about cabbage, and he goes to golf. Relates it with golf.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna drop down. Thank you for letting me in.
All right, Ed,
Paul.
we'll see you.
You guys have a good one. Enjoy the
Take
day.
care.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
We'll try not to.
Okay, bye.
Don't worry, TJ is doing everything we don't do, because that's pretty good. That's
pretty good. That's pretty good. That's funny.
TJ's
Man,
just
I tell
learned
you.
to keep his cabbage in his pants.
That's funny.
Hey, Johnny, I tell you, Randy, he got that printer too. He's been printing up a storm.
Yeah, I know, right? I think his first one was the little tugboat.
The bench.
And then it was what was the second one? The second one was
he did a Luck of the Irish thing.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Now he's got a Bic lighter case.
Oh yeah,
It's
I
a
saw the Bic lighter. Yeah,
Nike
the Bic lighter case.
Bic lighter. That's on there.
I think he started doing some spinners, I think, too.
Yeah, that's worth $300 making a lighter case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to print those tulips Johnny had this morning. But
Oh
I
yeah,
got to
those
get
are
the
pretty
filament.
cool.
I got to get the filament. You know, I want to get the pastel colors. But like I said, it was $52 for 4 rolls, one of each color, and now they don't have it. I said, you got to be kidding! I was getting ready to buy it.
Ed realizes it's still on. What's up, Lance?
TJ.
What's happening?
Whoa.
How you been?
Good. How are you then?
Good, good. Hey, are those? I always like looked at those. Are those like the plastic things on your shelf and on the back there? Are those for like golf, like a golf? Is that for like a golf game or something?
Please?
Yeah.
No.
They're a little hat.
So when I do my so every year we do a graduation class with a drone.
Oh,
And I put
okay.
these down and I make and it's the last 2 digits, right? So 20, so I make it 25, and then the kids go and stand next to the cones. I've got 3 or 4 adults go around, pick up the cones, and then I'm flying up here and I take a couple pictures, and then I start a video, and then I have them back out of it backwards. So they're walking backwards, and then I
Right.
reverse it in post so it looks like they know exactly where they're supposed to stand, right? So they
Oh,
get video
okay.
25. And every year I get 5 or 6 people say, how did you do that? How did you know exactly where to
Yeah.
stand those kids? How did they know where to stand? And
Oh, that's pretty cool.
but inevitably somebody forgets to walk backwards. One of the kids will, but you have to look closely to.
Yeah, that's pretty neat though. That's a good idea.
Right. So I just store them right there. And I put on a hat when I want to.
Oh, there you go.
I just stick it on top and walk around. So
Nice.
I had my hat on the other day, and I sub for a class. Every once in a while they don't have enough subs, and you have to sub during your plan period. Mine's first period, and I had a kid come in first period that I was subbing. They come to my class, and he had one of those hats on, so I had to grab mine and put mine on. And I walked over to him and stared at him. He was like, "You have one too." And his was exactly like the one that I had. Same black, same size, everything. But
Oh, that's pretty cool though.
I did a Seattle shot here. I'll show you guys the other day.
Yeah, that's nice.
The time lapse.
Oh, that's cool. That's a cool shot.
And if you look at the guys working on that building in the background, it's kind of cool.
Yeah. That almost looks like New York City.
But the
Yeah,
Space
going up and
Needle-
down with the elevator's cool.
Yeah, the Space Needle is just to the right over here. And
So that was a waypoint too.
no, this was a freehand, and I just lowered the drone. I'm trying to remember, Joe. It wasn't a waypoint. It could have been a what's the one that starts with C? No, it couldn't have been that one either.
I never knew you could do a hyperlapse and move the drone.
Yeah, and I think I just did a freehand on this, Joe. I think because I didn't do a waypoint in Seattle, a waypoint hyperlapse. I know.
Yeah, when we were out with when I was out with Johnny last week, I was flying. I did the hyperlapse on the river with the bridge.
Yeah.
And I was down to about 18% battery, and the hyperlapse finished, and it had just finished processing, but I didn't take it out of the hyperlapse mode to put it back in video. And I'm trying to do a yaw and it won't turn. And I'm thinking, what's going on with my drone? It's not responding. And I'm trying to do a yaw and it's nothing. So I wound up having to back it up, bring it sideways, back it up, bring it sideways to get it back to me. You know, because I had like 18% battery and I was over water. So I got it back to me and I was in front of John and we're talking about, I'm trying to do the yaw and everything. I look down and I'm still in hyperlapse mode, but it's not doing anything. So I landed it and I said, maybe it needs to be restored. Maybe something's going on with it now. Then I thought about it and I said, I didn't even think about it. I said, maybe it was because it was in hyperlapse mode. Maybe it stopped it. So I started it up again, brought it up there. All the yaws perfect, right? Put it in hyperlapse, didn't do anything, wouldn't yaw. So that's a tip of the day. If you're having issues with it, remember, make sure you're not in hyperlapse mode because you're not gonna be able to turn it. So I learned something the other day.
Yeah. You know what I was in course lock, and in course lock you can go up and down and you can turn the drone, but you just can't. It's going to go the direction you pointed it to start with, right?
Yeah, course lock. Yeah, I know that.
So that's what I think you were watching is course lock, and I just happened to lock the drone or drop the drone as it was in its course lock, I think.
No, you should be able to yaw when it's in course lock. The only time you can't yaw really is if you're in spotlight.
Or hyperlapse won't let you do it.
Yeah, but which form of hyperlapse were you in?
Well, I was just in hyperlapse. It just had the button to, it wasn't doing anything. But instead of being in video, it was in hyperlapse mode.
Yeah, but there are 3 different hyperlapse modes.
It was the first one, regular hyperlapse.
Oh yeah, where is Brian this morning anyways?
So this one was course lock, and you can see it moving toward the buildings. And then I started.
Yeah, that's a cool shot right there.
I started turning it a little bit.
Yeah, course lock just makes it carry on in the same direction, but you can still yaw it.
You think I should put this on a site that sells videos? You wanna buy this from me, TJ?
Yeah. You ought to do that with a lot of my videos. Put them out on sites that buy them. Little clips I have a different thing.
Lance, how far? Well, of course, you drive in to go to school. You live out in the country, right?
No, I live in a city, and I drive to another adjacent city. And Seattle is north of where I work. Where I work is south of where I live. So I'm basically I'm not quite in the middle of the two. I'm closer to Tacoma than I am Seattle.
Okay.
It takes me about 40 minutes to get to the place you just saw me fly from, if there's no traffic. And it takes me about 40 minutes to get to school too, but Seattle's all freeway.
Lance, you're gonna save those Amazon boxes for Christmas?
I am.
They're just like piling up. That's awesome. Hey, it's good to save boxes. You never know when you might need one.
TJ, what are you eating?
I'm having Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Cereal, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, when you get to the bottom of the bowl, show everybody. Oh, there it goes. Oh.
That's funny. That's pretty good.
Is Lance's the Space Needle pretty popular place for tourists?
It really is, yeah. and they've redone it they remodeled it about 5 years ago. There
Yeah.
used to be a restaurant. Let me show that again. There used to be a restaurant. Let me stop this. Right here.
Right around
And-
the bottom layer, yeah.
Yeah, and they took the restaurant out because I don't know. They must have not thought they were making enough money. It was expensive. But
What's the thing beside this? Is that a looks like a roller, not a roller coaster, but
this
I
thing?
don't know. Yeah.
This is the Rock and Roll Museum. Very
Oh,
popular.
nice.
You know,
Okay.
Jimi Hendrix and all kinds of, Janis Joplin. There's all kinds of cool stuff in there.
Oh, that's cool.
But it costs about $50 to get to the top, Paul. And
$50 to go up
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, they give you a harness and a long rope and some
Okay.
gloves. And you have to pull your way up.
So it's got an elevator in the middle of it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I'm kidding. The
Yeah.
elevators, yeah. You see some of my videos, you'll see the elevator going up and down if it's at nighttime. And but there's like an observation deck up here. I don't think I've been since they've redone it. And it's supposed to be an all glass bottom floor. So you're seeing 600 feet down. So if you're, scared of heights, you might not want to go up. But yeah, it's and then sometimes I fly from this is a church right here. I'll fly from that parking lot right there. And I like to fly over here because all the buildings are here.
Yeah.
If I fly from where I am now, I've got to go way over here to about here. And this is about 1,800 feet and come back. And I haven't lost my drone, but you know how it turns red? It goes from white to orange to red. Well, it's been red over here a couple times and I'm really uncomfortable. And it's always stayed connected. But I'm like, I don't like being over here. And it's happened to me twice I've only done this about 6 or 7 times. And it's happened to me twice when the drone's been in this area. And this is where the Kraken play and the women's basketball play. And eventually the Sonics, when we get them back, will play here as well.
Well, they don't like you taking pictures of the Space Needle unless it's got the Seattle skyline behind it, do they?
Some people say that. I don't know for sure, Mark. I don't know for sure.
I think Angel keeps going on about that.
I think what you can't do is you can't create a logo that's just the Space Needle. I think that's
Yeah, you can't do that.
I think that is the issue. I
Yeah,
think,
it's copyrighted, isn't it?
because if you think about it, well, now I guess you could fly a drone and have it pointed up and only see the Space Needle in the sky, right? I mean, you could do that, but that'd be a stupid picture. But anyway,
Yeah.
I think it's like creating a logo for your business. You can't just have the Space Needle in there, I believe.
Yeah.
That might be the
What microphone are you using, Lance? Because it's very muffled.
the best one out there, the one Joe recommends.
There must be something
It's the
wrong
one
with the settings
Justin
then.
recommended. So you remember the little terrorist attack we had, right? So Mardi Gras was considered all the events now in New Orleans are tier 1s. When they bring them in, they're bringing in military and everything. Here's a picture of the French Quarter the other night. That was the state police, and if you notice, they got the military, and if you look, that's an AR right there.
Oh, wow.
They're all carrying their ARs. So it's like they had military presence at everything.
Yeah, your state police don't have funny hats.
They have a campaign cover. That's what it's called. But I wanted to take a picture of Homeland Security. They were on top of their big, like a armored vehicle, where they got the porthole in the top and everything. And they had three of them standing on top of it. And I kept wanting to take a picture of them, but I didn't do it because of the fact that there was ICE and Homeland Security agents.
Mhm.
I didn't want to get their picture, you know. For me, it would have been cool. Oh, shoot. Remember I told you my schedule? Just added to it.
What do you got to do now?
Oh, they think I No, it's just, there's a dog parade that I usually shoot on the 9th, but Slidell has got the 50th anniversary of the Old Town St. Patrick Parade. That's where I'll be. Because the Mandy Milkshakers will be in it.
The Mandeville milkshake.
Mandy, not Mandeville, Mandy.
Oh, the Mandy milkshake.
Yeah, I'll show you the picture. Hold on.
Do they have good milkshakes there?
They serve the best shakes in town.
Oh, nice.
That's the Mandy Milkshakers right there.
Oh, there you go. St. Patrick's Day Parade.
Yeah, I'll be at that one. That one's a cool parade because it's another little old town type of parade. They'll be out there doing that thing. That thing.
Oh, there he's going to the bottom of the bowl.
Yep, there you go. So, otherwise, his head disappear. What you going? Oh.
Don't want to spit that milk back up on his heater.
Ah,
That's funny. That's funny.
Hey, check this picture out, TJ. Nah, I ain't showing nobody. Y'all can come up with some lewd thing.
What?
What? Oh goodness. She's like all kind of contortionist.
Yeah, that is the granddaughter of my area coach when I was the GM at Pizza Hut.
You look like she's wearing something made out of those damn little coat tabs or whatever.
Yeah, she's on a dance. She's at a dance studio. They're doing that stuff for the recital. But she's the granddaughter of the area coach when I was a GM that I worked with when I was 19. That she was still with Pizza Hut and hired me back as a GM. And that's her granddaughter. And when I was a GM, she was a little girl.
Oh wow.
And she said in the comments, she says, our granddaughter is growing up so fast. Yeah, she's the same age as my daughter. And I remember they used to hang out together.
See you, Jim. Jim's going.
What's that?
Jim's going.
Okay, Jim, take care.
Well, I get too many ads
Yeah,
on
I hate
Facebook.
when I go and watch a video or something or whatever, and an ad pops up. Like, damn it, just go straight to the video.
I mean, I'm getting too many stupid ads on Facebook, you know?
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to see anything like this right here is this is make your custom ring. I don't need that. I don't want to see that. I exit out, don't give it back, you know?
Like a ring for your finger, you're talking about?
Yeah, make your own custom ring. If you
Uh.
send it to me and I exit out without opening it up, it means I don't want to see that crap. So don't keep sending it to me.
I can 3D print a ring if I want to.
Huh?
Oh yeah, Joe.
Hey, Paul, they found the 360-year-old Social
Buddy.
Security recipient.
They did?
Yeah.
What was his real age?
No, that's her right there. Look.
But
Can't see
Oh,
it.
Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah. One of the 360.
She's had her skin stretched so much that her chin looks like a butt, you know? It's like,
that's funny.
You know what gets me? She's sitting there with old bitch face on, and she's sitting there wearing pink for women, right? But voted against keeping transgenders out of the locker room
out
of
of
women,
sports, yep.
out of sports.
Yeah, I've nothing against that really.
You can't have a biological male play against a female. It's not fair. And they work too hard to have somebody come in that says, well, I think I'm going to be a female today and do that. No.
Or be in that locker room swinging their thing around with young girls.
They haven't got a thing. Transgender have had the
No, that's not true.
Not all of them do.
Not all of them.
They are not transgender.
Yeah, they fall into the category.
They
There are
identify.
3 different categories.
It's who they identify to as.
No,
It's not their equipment. It's who they identify.
Well,
They
Mark,
could
we know all
be in the
technicalities, but
transition.
it's not what they're doing.
Paul, shut up a minute. There are 3 different categories. There's transvestite, which is just a bloke that dresses up in women's clothes. There's a transsexual who would like to be a woman but wants to stay a man underneath. And then there is transgender who actually have the sex change and change sex.
But that means nothing to what they're doing. If you say I'm a woman, I'm a transgender woman, whether you are or not, they're letting the guys get in the locker room. There's a whole different thing here.
Check out this eagle right here.
Yeah, but they don't identify as a man anymore. They identify as a woman. That's why they have the sex change.
But they didn't have the sex change. That's what I'm getting at.
Well, they're not transgender then.
But that's what they're calling.
That's what they're classified as.
No, they're not. They're
Over here, it is.
Over here they are, Mark. Listen, you're not
They're
listening. Over here they
they're
are
actually
classifying them.
transsexual.
Democrats are.
Then you want to sort your classifications out then.
Well, that's the way they want to try to run the country.
Because they're transsexual, not transgender. Transgender means what it says. Changing gender. Kate's birth certificate says she's female. That was done by the courts.
Well, That's the courts over there, not the courts over
Maybe
here.
your courts, but not over here.
Yeah, but she is a woman now. Simple as that.
Well, genetically, what does she test as? When she has a genetic test, I don't care if she's had the operations or not, what is she, Mark?
As far as I'm concerned, Paul, she's a woman, and I don't want to argue about it. Okay.
We're not going to argue, but the thing of it is, if you were to do a DNA test on that person, they are what they were born as.
No, that's not true, because sometimes they have the wrong genes and the wrong genitals, and that's why they change, because they were meant to be a woman but came out as a boy, and their actual genes show them as women in the wrong body.
I don't think there's very many of those.
A lot more than you'd think.
No, a lot more than that more you believe. I don't think so. But anyway, that's enough.
Yeah.
How about them drones?
How about them drones?
Joe, are you going to get a Mavic 4?
Probably not. I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to figure out when it comes out.
What is it? Does it have a bigger camera on there?
Bigger camera, different look, everything.
Right. It's a different camera. Nobody
LiDAR.
actually knows for sure what the hell it's going to have. There's just been photographs. Nothing's been actually published yet.
And they're not sure. They're not sure. It's kind of leaking out what they've got, because there's a few people that have it that kind of leaked a little bit.
Nah, shut up, Russell.
Well, that looks good right here. This got my attention today. Hey, Lance, too bad it's not Friday.
Oh God, that pizza looks
Oh,
amazing.
yeah, that does look good. But
Oh wow.
you know what tomorrow is?
Yeah.
That looks like something that that Anthony's would make. There's a pizza place here called Anthony's that looks like the pizza that they would make.
Yeah, that looks like it hurt you.
Yeah.
Anthony, I didn't
Yeah,
know
I
you
have to-
had a place.
A pizza place that is.
Come on into Anthony's.
Come on into
Anthony's.
That's funny.
Anthony's House of Pizza with meatballs on the side.
That's funny. That's funny. It leaked so much here, I had to get a plumber out.
Next year's Mardi Gras on February 17th.
And Easter's about as late as it gets this year.
It is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this was about, I think this was the latest it can get.
April 20th.
Which on the Easter?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's, you figure February 17th is Mardi Gras, so Ash Wednesday is the 18th. So you got 40 days from there is
Yeah.
Easter. So it's moving up what, 11 days, 15 days.
Moving on up to the east side.
So next year, January 6th to February 17th, that'll be Mardi Gras season.
So when does spring break start?
I have these
Somewhere in
cherry trees
the
in my
week
backyard.
before Easter.
So next year, the South Florida drone meetup will be right in the middle of spring break.
No, they're moving it back next year. They're moving it back a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's like April.
Next year, instead of being in the beginning of April, it's gonna be like the middle of April. But they gotta
Oh,
watch. They
yeah.
better pay attention. They better pay attention to the to Easter, because Easter's gonna be in the middle of April.
Oh, yeah.
Are you ready for daylight savings time, Anthony?
Heck no, I don't want. I don't like it getting. I don't like it getting dark early.
Well,
So the clocks go back, right? Yeah.
no, it goes forward.
Oh, it goes forward.
So in other words, like 6 a.m. is 7 a.m. So it'd be darker in the morning, lighter at night.
You lose an hour. You lose an hour's sleep, TJ.
Oh. Yeah, we're not gaining, we're losing.
Yeah.
It's spring forward, Anthony. Now listen, spring forward, fall back.
Yeah.
And Joe, weren't you saying that there's legislation out to try to have it permanent?
Yeah, what they're trying to do is they're giving, actually, federal government's not gonna do it anymore. They're gonna let each state decide. But I don't think they're gonna do it unless all the states agree upon it. Because you can't have Arkansas say we're not, Louisiana say we are, Mississippi saying we are, Tennessee saying we're not. We can't have every state do something stupid like that. So it's got to be a joint thing.
It should be countrywide.
And we're doing something stupid kind of with Hawaii and Arizona.
Yeah.
And we voted to get rid of it, but it's got to get past a couple more, I don't know what committees, or the state or the Senate or something, but we passed about 5 years ago, and we're still doing daylight savings. So I don't care. Doesn't bother me.
April 5th is the last parade of the season. I've been waiting to see the date on it.
Where do
It's
I?
11 a.m. in St. Bernard Parish. That's the St. Bernard Irish Italian Islanos parade. It's Italian American, Irish American, and an island. It's a Spanish heritage island. They all put a parade together. And that parade is about 50 floats, then trucks, and they actually do a loop. So if you get in the middle, you can catch it on both sides twice. You catch the parade twice, and they do the same thing. They throw all the cabbages and everything else. I'm gonna get a hold of my nephew, because he's in the parade. I want to ride in that parade. I want to just ride the parade and take pictures. That's all I want to do. I don't need to throw
Right out
nothing.
there and have your camera ready and just snap as many pictures as you can.
There'll be a lot of women on that route wearing a lot of less clothes.
So now you know Joe's true feelings about parades.
No, that parade. That parade's too hard you go down there, you can't get out. It's like, God darn it. Stuck there the whole day. There's some parades I won't go shoot just because of the location.
So your clocks are this weekend.
Yep.
Ours don't change till the 30th.
Sunday, yep.
Ours change on the 30th. So that means that it'll throw our times out for 3 weeks.
On you.
Well, I think I'm gonna jump off. I'm gonna make me some food I haven't eaten yet.
What are
Okay,
you
we
waiting
can-
for?
We can close it down, right, TJ?
If you want to stay on a little bit longer, it doesn't matter.
Well,
he's
TJ,
good.
are you gonna stay on a while, or all of a sudden you're gonna get a hair in your ass and say, "Oh, I gotta feed the face. I gotta feed the face."
He already fed the face, look.
I was feeding my face while I was hanging out with y'all.
So are we packing it in or no?
I'm gonna pack it in. Y'all can stay on.
Joe's gonna pack it in. I guess if Joe's voting to pack it in, we'll pack it in.
Well, I'm just voting for me to pack in, huh, y'all?
Okay.
I
Well,
gotta go. I gotta
everybody,
get something to
thanks
eat.
for being here. We'll see all of you again later
Thank you
today.
this evening.
Bye for
Adios.
now.